Now, for those who are unaware, JH Aotearoa, can you just break it down for us? I've said that it's a parent and child Christian adventure experience. You might be able to elaborate on that a little bit.
Absolutely. Yes, it is a parent-child Christian adventure experience. And it's a program that's designed to connect mums and dads and their teenage sons and daughters. It's a really intentional program that builds communication, trust, respect, and understanding between parent and child. The program's also designed to lead both the teenagers and their mum and dad into a deep and very real relationship with Jesus, right at the moment when often teenagers can be pushing their parents away or perhaps rejecting their parents' faith. So it's a powerful program in that it gives parents some very practical parenting skills and tools as to how to navigate that time of their child's life when they're transitioning from child to a young adult. It also gives parents a chance to be in an environment where they have the opportunity to pass their faith and their values on to their son or daughter. And it's also in an environment that's heaps of fun and full of adventure and that their young people are going to enjoy.
Do people get to hear in advance what kind of adventuring they're going to be doing, or is that a secret?
No, it's not a secret, absolutely. They can go on the website and have a look there at all the different adventure activities. And the adventure activities are challenged by choice. So if there's a particular activity that you really don't want to do, you don't have to. But you're encouraged to step outside of your comfort zone and just go that bit further than what you think you could.
This isn't necessarily for those who might be finding it a little bit tough to navigate this transition from mums and dads to teenagers. I mean, if you're in a good relationship, in a good spot with your teenager, this might be an opportunity to strengthen that relationship as well.
Absolutely. Yeah? Absolutely. So it's for everybody. And we have some families who come, they've already got great relationships. And this is just an amazing boost and just a blessing to both of them. We have a lot of pastors who come along with their kids. And, you know, for somebody who's in full-time ministry, they're always devoting their time to everybody else. And this is an opportunity for them to be able to invest in their own children and their own family, which is just such a blessing.
This didn't start in New Zealand, though, did it? Can you tell us the story of how this adventure experience came about?
Sure. So it started from a place in America called JH Ranch in Northern California. My husband got invited to go and do the program with our third son. So he went up and did it, and it was transformational in our family.
Wow.
And we've got, all of our kids have now done it. We've got 5 kids and they've all been through the program. And
Whoa.
I'm here today talking about this because it's made such a massive difference in our lives, in our family. And we're just like, wow, this has been amazing. We would just love for other families throughout the nation to be able to experience what we've experienced.
Well, for those who are maybe finding it a little bit tough to navigate this transition with their teenager, what's been one of the things, the thread that's been through your family, your kids, that's been, I mean, obviously each child is different, each teenager is different, but for those listening in right now, what would be something that would be familiar to people before they actually come into the experience?
I think it's lots of different things that, you know, affect different people in different ways during it. I think it's just having that time to really connect with your child. Like, our lives are so busy. Our young people today are more digitally connected than ever before, but socially isolated. And that can happen within our families as well. You know, everyone's busy, everyone's on their devices, and you're not actually having that communication time. And so at this experience, there are no phones. And so it's downtime on that, and you get intentional times to talk together and just share your hearts and what's going on. There's guided discussion times, and the adventure activities just really break down some of those barriers in an amazing way to open up conversations and communication.
The emphasis here is, for me anyway, when I hear this, is the parent and child Christian adventure experience. But do you hear from people who want to register who maybe aren't of faith? or maybe trying to explore their faith?
Yeah, absolutely. Every year we have some people come along who are not Christians. This last year we had 2 families who simply saw an advertisement on Facebook and registered to come with their kids. They'd never been to church before. And so both those families actually gave their hearts to the Lord through
That's
the
a
experience.
bold move, right?
Yeah.
Knowing firsthand, you see the ad, you know it's about Christianity, and then they give their life. That's pretty cool.
It is. It's pretty amazing. We sort of say you've got to be open to the fact that it is Christian, and some families come and they don't become a Christian through the experience, but they have an amazing time and just really deepen and strengthen their relationship with their child, which is just of such value to them.
Sorry, Tab. Go.
I want to hear about the feedback that you get from people that have attended the experience.
Sure. Look, amazing feedback. People write to us, talk to us afterwards, and just go, this has transformed my life. Totally. It's transformed our family, transformed our relationship with the Lord, and our relationships with one another.
Before you share that, because I know you've got some feedback from some of the teenagers who attended.
Sure.
You did mention before we came back on air that, we've been pressing that it's a parent and child Christian adventure experience. And we're imagining that the parent is the one who's trying to bring the teenager across.
Yeah.
But you shared with us that, no, sometimes it's the teenager who's been through the whole faith experience and trying to drag their parents along. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we had a young man who became a Christian through youth group. He was invited by his friends to youth group. He became a Christian, and he then invited his dad to come on the program with him. And during the program, his dad gave his heart to the Lord.
Wow.
Which is just so cool.
Okay, you've got some feedback in front of you that we'd love to hear from. These are from the teenagers?
Yes.
Okay.
So at the end of each event, we ask the teenagers, get them to fill in a questionnaire just of how they found it. And we ask them, is there anything you learned while you're at JH? So this is just some quick one-lines each from what some of the teenagers have said. So one teenager said, I learned that my dad loves me and that he is quite wise and that he only wants the best for me. Another teen said, I learned that with God, people can overcome their addictions, and I learned people can overcome bad families with love, honour and forgiveness, and with Jesus, you get a new start. This week I learned that my dad wants to be more involved in my life. This week has changed me. JH has really encouraged me to spend more time with God and to really put him first in my life. Someone else said, I learned I need to not hold things against my mum. I learned I need to forgive her. Another teen said, I found out my dad is open to getting any help or feedback on how he can become the best dad he can. My highlight was my solo times with dad. Another young man said, I learned what to look for in a woman, her character and not how she looks. I also learned I need to work on my character and on becoming the right person rather than trying to find the right person to have a relationship with. Another teen said, I've learned about hardships my mum has faced in her life. I feel like I understand her so much better now. I feel like our relationship has really grown. Another teen said, I've learned no matter how much you've sinned, you can come to God and be forgiven and he will give you a new start. Another one said, I've learned that when you go out of your comfort zone, that is where you grow. Another teen said, when I came here, I wasn't a Christian, but this week has developed a curiosity in me about developing a relationship with Jesus. Another teen said, I've learned that I need to honour my parents, and I learned I need to be a giver and not a taker.
There's some wonderful feedback there. I can, this
It almost makes you emotional hearing that, especially the first one. I learned that my dad loves me.
Yeah.
Beautiful. For you guys who are actually leading the experience, what does it feel like for you to see that transformation happen right in front of you?
It's just, God is amazing. Like, this is God who does this. And to just see it at work, the transformation that he does in people's lives is incredible. And I just want to say, the program's amazing, but this is God that does this. This whole program is based on prayer. We have a full-time prayer team who are down there just praying into this. They don't do anything else. They just go there and pray for these families. And God just does miracles.
Oh,
We just, see the breakthroughs.